Pain has taught your nervous system to be cautious, and your brain is trying to help you to avoid danger. But here's the key. That same nervous system can learn safety again. In today's episode, we will explore why movement is essential for healing, how fear of movement develops, why strength builds more than muscle, it actually builds trust, and how to start moving again without flare-up, and how to reclaim confidence in your body. If you've reached this point of our healing journey, you might feel something that most people don't talk about enough. I want to move again, but I am afraid. You are not lazy, you are not weak, you are not broken. You are protective, and that's human. Let's take your first step back to strength. Movement is not just safe for most people with persistent back pain. It's often the fastest way to retrain pain responses and regain function. Here's what movement does at the psychological level. It boosts blood circulation, delivering oxygen and nutrients to tissue. It helps to hydrate discs and mobilize joints. It also stimulates the release of endorphins, which are your body's natural painkillers. It reduces muscle guarding and stiffness. It also helps to calm a hyperactive nervous system. But the most important thing is that movement creates positive feedback loops. If you moved and you didn't break, you feel a little bit more confident. Even when the pain doesn't disappear right away, your brain starts learning. This is not a threat, and that's how recovery begins. Not when the pain is gone, but when fear begins to shrink. In pain science, this is called graded exposure and sensory motor retraining, and it's one of the most evidence-backed interventions for chronic low back pain. What keeps people afraid to move? If you're afraid to move, you are not being dramatic, you are being human. Pain hijacks your nervous system safety radar. It only takes a scary episode, a flare-up during movement, a well-meaning but alarming comment like you shouldn't bend the way, or a diagnosis that sounds like a life sentence. And suddenly, movement doesn't feel like healing, it feels like risk. This fear often shows up as tensing your body before doing something simple, avoiding stairs, squats, or even walking too far, constantly correcting posture out of the fear of misalignment, feeling hyper-aware of every twinge. But here's the truth. Pain with movement is a reflection of sensitivity and not damage. Your nervous system is like a smoke alarm. Sometimes it goes off because of danger, and sometimes it's just because of steam from the shower. You are not imagining it. Pain is real, but you are not fragile. You are sensitized and you can change. Why strength equals safety? Let's flip the script on what strength really means. Most people hear strength and think of lifting heavy weights like going to the gyms for workouts and doing 100 squats. But strength in recovery is different. It's about rebuilding trust in your body. It's telling yourself that you can lift this laundry basket without bracing in fear, or that you can stand and talk without obsessively shifting position, or that you can walk for 15 minutes without scanning for symptoms. Here's what happens when you build strength. Muscles become more capable of handling load. Joints feel more stable. The nervous system sees movements as safe and not dangerous. Pain sensitivity decreases and you restore autonomy. Strength tells your body that I've got this, I can turn the alarm down, and that rewires your experience of pain more than any scan, pill, or gadgets could ever. Let's take a moment here. If you find this video and channel helpful, we would really appreciate it if you could take 3 seconds to like and subscribe to our channel. Thank you very much. Now let's jump right back in. How to reintroduce movement. Let's talk strategy. How do you start moving again, especially if you've been stuck for months or even years? The key is graded exposure. It's like physical therapy and brain training had a baby. Here's the framework. 1. Start with what you can do. Can you walk for 5 minutes? Start there. Can you do a body weight squat to a high chair? Great. Can you perform gentle glute bridges or pelvic tilts without fear? That's your baseline. Success is built from tolerance and not toughness. 2. Focus on confidence and not intensity. Forget the no pain, no gain theory. Replace it with no panic, all progress. If you feel controlled, calm, and capable, you are doing it right. 3. Progress slowly, not randomly. Add reps, time, and resistance once your body and nervous system says yes. 10% increase weekly is a safe rule for walking and strengthening. Log your progress and confidence score on a scale of 1 to 10. The brain loves evidence, so give it proof. 4. Use the traffic light system. Green means you have no pain or very mild pain, so keep going. Yellow means some discomfort but it's manageable, which is minor and you can adjust. Red means it's sharp, spreading, or fear-triggering pain, which means you should pause and reassess. This helps you to move without guessing if you are doing damage. 5. Expect occasional flare-ups and don't panic. A flare-up is not a failure, it's a feedback. And if you have the tools from the episodes we've done from 4 to 6, you would know that you've been here before and you can manage this. Your body is still healing. That resilience becomes your new identity. What to expect as you get stronger? As you rebuild movement, some soreness is normal. Confidence will ebb and flow, and motivation might waver, but capacity will grow. You might not feel strong every day, but over time, you carry groceries without second thoughts. You see through meetings without fidgeting. You sleep without waking up stiff. You trust your body again, and that is strength. So here are my final thoughts. Let me leave you with this. Your back is not broken. It's not misaligned. It's not weak. It's healing. And every time you move, even just a little, you teach your brain that you are safe, you're strong, and you're not afraid anymore. You don't have to start big. You just have to start. If you found this episode empowering, kindly leave us a comment, a like, and share this video with loved ones who also benefit from it. See you in the next episode.